What's up, everybody? Today I'm here to talk about the DC universe and who will save it. While taking the success of Aquaman that shows no sign of slowing down, it stands at more than 900 million worldwide. I think last I checked it was 940, something like that. It's definitely going to hit $1 billion. It is the highest grossing DC universe film. I can positively say that James Wan was indeed the man to restore the faith in the DC universe. Even though the critics, didn't really like the film very much. It has been suffering some criticism. That did not slow crowds from going to the theaters, and that's because of word of mouth. Word of mouth is indeed very powerful, and that definitely weighs in favor of the movie's success. Now, if you saw my Aquaman review, you would know that I had nothing but praise for the Aquaman film, despite its flaws, mostly because I completely understood James Wan's vision. I mean, after all, he had to work with Aquaman, a character that most people didn't even know what kind of powers he has. I guess he can talk to fish and ride a seahorse, but other than that, he was never as iconic as Superman or Batman. Is a character that has always been seen as the silly orange and green character. However, I believe that James Wan was smart enough to use that silliness and put it into the film and make it fun and make it engaging and with great visual effects, with establishing an incredible world. And I just think that the movie, it really gave the audience what they were looking for in a superhero film, which is a fun time. Not to mention that I think the movie is also inspiring. I think that the story, Aquaman's bond with his dad and the story with the mom was pretty cool. I also love that he's a flawed hero, a hero that, it's not all perfect. That's very easy to relate. And not to mention that James Wan really used Jason Momoa's character, and silliness, and put that into the film, and you could totally tell that all the actors were having a blast. So all of that, I think, were the positives, and because I was having so much fun with the film, I was willing to forgive the flaws, such as how this character get from point A to point B, or Black Manta, which in my opinion was the lowest point in the film. But other than that, I just thought that the movie was great, and it is proving to be very successful, because again, it's not slowing down. Audiences are really going and supporting this film. So I believe that this is exactly what the DC universe was missing. Because if you look back at the Superman and Batman v Superman, as well as Justice League, they were failures for a lot of reasons. Like Superman, Man of Steel was not an inspiring film, and that goes everything against what Superman stands for. He is an inspiring character. Also, the fact that it was not very close to the comics. He changed a lot about Superman. The fact that Superman killed someone, and there's other things that it was hard for, especially taking the fact that Superman is so iconic, it was hard for people to take that. And it was also the tone of the movie. Even though I really admire Zack Snyder's visual style, I think visually he's a great director. I think that he got Superman, what Superman stands for, wrong. Even though the cast was amazing, I think Henry Cavill is an awesome Superman. I cannot wait to see another Superman film. But I think that now, if the DC universe continues to follow the path of Aquaman, perhaps working in story a little bit better, maybe getting closer to the comics, and making sure that these movies are fun and engaging and not just action, but again, that people can relate to these characters, I believe that that's the right path to go. For instance, if you had told me 6 years ago that Aquaman would be the movie to pass $1 billion, it would be the major success of the DC universe, I would have laughed in your face, because I thought there's no way, it has to be a Superman film or a Batman film. So this exactly proves how the execution is very important, because if you take, are you kidding me? You take Batman and Superman, the most iconic superheroes, Superman being the granddaddy of all superheroes. But if you don't nail the story, and if you don't engage the audience, the execution isn't pleasing, the movie is just not going to go nowhere. And I believe that it was very hard as well, the Zack Snyder kind of established such a dark universe, starting with Superman. I think the other mistake as well was killing Superman so soon, in the second film, instead of kind of building up for a bigger event, which like it is in the comics as well as in the animation. So there's a lot of little things that you could tell that it didn't work. But to answer my question, I believe that Aquaman is indeed what is saving the DC universe. This movie was very important to restore people's faith if the DC universe could pull off a great film, could bring audiences to the theaters, because, you know, it's making so much money. I'm so happy with the whole success because I love the DC characters. I want to see more of these characters, and I wanted to see great films. And I believe that James Wan really knew how to set up the world, how to use the silliness of Aquaman, put that in and just have people have fun with it, along with the actors. You know, they also had a blast while they were shooting it. So I believe that this is very important to set up other films as well. And I hope that they understand that each character is different, but at the same time they have to be inspiring. After all, they're heroes for a reason. You cannot just go and change a character's background and expect everyone to just love it and enjoy it. So that's my thought on who will save the DC universe. I believe Aquaman is indeed the movie that set the path to restore faith in the DC universe. The next one will be Shazam in April. It also seems to be a very fun and uplifting film. And then hopefully Wonder Woman 2 will also be great. And I just hope that they also think about doing Man of Steel 2, you know, and they obviously they will have to think of some kind of course correction, because the Superman that we got was a little bit too dark, in my opinion, not very true to the comics, not very true to what Superman was. But I really want to see Henry Cavill back in that suit, because I think he was an amazing Superman. I enjoyed Ben Affleck as well. I thought that he was a great Bruce Wayne. I really enjoyed his portrayal of Batman. I have no problem with these characters coming back as long as they get the execution right. But anyways, guys, drop your comments below. Let me know, what did you think about Aquaman and all this success? Do you think Aquaman is the movie that is setting the path to save the DC universe? And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that thumbs up, subscribe for more, and I'll see you next time. Bye!